What is up, everybody? We are getting right back into reactor blocks and checking out all the various options they have in the TOYBOX NANO PACK library for the oscillators and all the various oscillators and wave types that they have in here. All sorts of cool stuff that we've seen thus far, and we're going to keep pushing forward here and going through all the various types just to explore all the sounds. And so what you can do is click into the Reaktor environment, hit the enter key on your keyboard, and just start typing in nano oscillator, and you'll get all those options pulled up for you. Last time we checked out the phase distortion oscillator. This time we're going to check out the raw oscillator. And so we're pulling this into the menu here. We'll go ahead and set this up and nuke the previous oscillator. Let's go ahead and get the pitch cable patched in here and go ahead and patch in the scope. We can already see it's doing some pretty cool stuff, especially if we change through and look at the various shapes there. We've got some FM options here and an ability to reset. So there's an output and then there's a uni, and I'm not sure what that is. So I wonder if we just go nano mixer and we just go ahead and pull in a mixer to see what's going on here. So if we pull down the other one and just look at uni, it looks like there's a waveform happening here that's a bit, it is a bit, I guess, smaller. And then if we pull that one out and look at the other one, this one's a bit larger. So I'm not sure, maybe pushed together, they give a sort of maximum ability there, or maximum sort of distortion. So let's hear what this sounds like by patching this now into the VCA. And let's go ahead and take away the modulation into the filter and just hear the full shape of the filter for right now. That's what I would say, is it's just adding a bit of volume there. So we can go ahead and keep it. We can tuck this down a little bit, and then we can use that to add some additional juice as needed. So it just distorts it off, just distorts the signal just a little bit more. You can see what's happening here in the scope. If we change the shape of this, we have some options to go between the square wave options and the sine wave, triangle wave options. So the raw oscillator, a raw multi-wave oscillator without any anti-aliasing, useful for driving samples, LFOs, or if an aliasing sound is preferred. So raw oscillation. There we go. So now that we're going into the correct input for FM, we can really modulate the waveform by adding some FM to it. We can go out of an oscillator into the FM input In this case, it is an audio signal, but it is being used for modulation purposes. So I'm going to color that to reflect that. Very nice. And now if we add the original oscillator back to it. Obviously see that when I tuck that filter back, it really reduces all that distortion and reduces all that edge to the sound, and then when I bring it back, that adds all that edge and grit back into it. So any of these can of course be modulated. I'm going to take that off and pull that control to about wire off of there as well, just because I want to experiment with the sound. See that this is probably my favorite sound out of this in particular. It's just so deep, and I mean with this other oscillator, the original oscillator sound mixed into it as well, just cool. Yeah, see, that is so cool, man. So fat. So fat and deep sounding. And that's because, again, I've got this, not really a sine wave, but definitely not a triangle wave blended into it, which just gives it a nice undertone of the same note. And that is the RAW oscillator in TOYBOX Nano Pack in Reaktor blocks environment. I mean, with just these two oscillators, we're barely pushing 20% of the engine's capabilities here. We could build a 10 oscillator beast, I bet, mix it all together, and I'm sure it wouldn't even like burp.
Until next time.